Hi everyone. I wanted to have a chat. There is so much swimming around my mind. I can't remember when the last time I came on here really, but I've been feeling very um exhausted, very not disconnected because that's the wrong word. I always feel connected to spirit, but to the sort of greater consciousness, to God. Um, but normally, like I've gone into this aware state again, this really wide opened state that I get into when I'm healing clients. You know, when I have light channeling through me, I'm in this state at the moment, and again, we're in a really powerful. We're near the eclipse again, um, and really powerful times of light coming in. So I wanted to come on here, number one, to say for the people that are light workers, you know, way showers, energy healers, energy workers, all that sort of thing, for the spiritual people that sort of understand what's happening, to do with higher consciousness and to do with light coming in. I wanted to come on here really to say that there are, you know, I've been sort of having a little discussion not long ago about with other people that are awakened, and they're talking about their symptoms they're having, you know, nausea. I mean, I was heaving this morning, nausea, um, feeling dizzy, um, feeling absolutely exhausted, getting headaches, aching joints, all this sort of stuff. And I just want to clarify that first of all, because when with healing, with energy work, what what the healer does is they are a channel. So they're a channel for light, for higher vibration. So light energy that comes through your body, and into a client generally, or for us at the moment, us light workers, we are channeling for a collective, for the collective. So we're channeling to heal ourselves and to heal others. We're sending out as much light as possible to raise the consciousness, and in healing ourselves, we're raising consciousness everywhere. But when you're carrying out healing, you're bringing light through, and you are, I mean, I know it's very, very rare for me in healing to touch anyone's physical body. We're working on subtle bodies, so emotional levels, mental levels, spiritual levels, etheric, astral. There's many levels. So anyway, the light goes in. So this is such a big topic, but I want to talk about it. So let's make it really simple. So let's say somebody has an accident when they're 7, and that accident causes a trauma. It might not cause a physical trauma, but it will cause a shock. It will cause a trauma in that person's emotional or mental field or whatever. And unless they sort of deal with that and get over it, get to work through it, it gets stuck there. So what a healer does is a healer comes along, they will feel that trauma, and they will channel light to that trauma, and that trauma will dissipate. It will, it will, it will, what's the word? Dislodge. That person that has the healing becomes aware of it. They might not consciously become aware of it, but they become aware of it, and that trauma works through and comes out of their body. So in that time when they're healing, their physical body may have these symptoms, exhaustion, feeling emotional. It depends upon what is being healed. So we are all having really, really different ascension symptoms depending on what has happened to us in our lifetime and our experiences. So we're not going to experience the same symptoms. So it could be anything. So when you're feeling this exhaustion, these headaches, this terrible sadness, this, you know, depression, all of it, when you're feeling it, feel it, allow it to happen. Just go with it. So if you're tired, sleep. If you're, you know, exhausted, just let it be. If you're feeling emotional, cry. You know, you've just got to let it happen. Don't fight it. Don't fear about it. Understand its ascension. Understand it's the light, the healing that's taking place. Let's try and keep it really simple. It's a healing taking place. The earth as a planet is going through a massive healing right now, and it's affecting every single one of us. It may not be that somebody that's never done any sort of self-development or spiritual work or anything like that is aware of it. It may be, no matter where we are in our journeys, we are all going to ascend. All of us. It doesn't mean we're going to come off the planet. I was talking to my son about it. He was asking about consciousness. He's 12. It's amazing. It doesn't mean we're going to leave the planet, ascend somewhere else. Our physical bodies are ascending to catch up with the light frequency that the planet is now coming to. Does that make sense? I know it's absolutely massive, and you're more than welcome to comment and ask questions, etc. I may not have all the answers for you. I'm not I'm not the oracle, but we'll have a look at the oracle and we'll see what card comes out. I had a shuffle of the deck that I'm using, which is the Earth Warriors Oracle, and this card flew out because I asked the deck, I asked the greater consciousness, because we're using the deck as a tool, it's not the deck itself, and I asked, I've got so many things that I could talk to you about, and I asked what would be useful for people to hear. So this card flew out, number 17. Look at that, absolutely stunning card. Look how big the heart chakra is. Look at that heart. This time is all about the heart. Look at that beautiful lotus flower, which is about coming from the darkness into the light. I have a tattoo of it on my back. That's how strongly I feel about it. That's my purpose, and that's why I'm here, is to take as many people from darkness to light as I can. That is really my true passion, honestly. So look at that, lotus flowers. There's so much within that card. It's absolutely stunning. The flowers, the nature. It's just gorgeous. Healing light coming from the left hand. I really always use my left hand much more. It's much more sensitive, so that's really funny. But the card is Padma Sundari. Out of darkness, the light is born. There we go. So let's read it to you. The light is powerful enough to survive exposure to the darker side of humanity and remain pure, empowered, and effective. Trust in your spiritual purpose as a light in this world. Trust particularly in your ability to bring purity, order, grace, and light to disorder, chaos, and destruction. The divine is ever by your side and ever within your heart, assisting you with this higher purpose in all ways. So that's amazing. I mean, some people may look at, let's talk about Facebook posts, because it's really important. Facebook is a toxic pit, but it's a really good way of getting messages out there. So the controlled media has ways that they get their messages out through our TVs and our lounges. Isn't it amazing how that happens? And anyway, and Facebook is a great medium for getting our messages out there. Not always, because it's censored highly, but anyway. So I've been posting for some time some really tough truths, some dark stuff, because that's what's going on. Why hide it? It's the truth. We can't go, oh, that goes on, let's ignore it. So how can we be spiritual people and working in the light, yet posting such darkness? It seems like it's polarity, it's opposites, it's duality, and totally it is. And the reason, I understand other people can't handle looking at dark stuff. I get it. I've experienced darkness in my real life, personal life, sorry. So I can handle it. And I will never go back to darkness, because I know what true light is now. So I have such a strong connection to divinity that I can handle taking the darkness and transmuting it to light. So I hope that makes sense. But if you see people that are spiritual, etc., posting this sort of stuff, it's not that they're they are pretending or that it's bull or whatever. It's because they can handle it. They're showing the darkness to transmute into light. And I'm not showing lots of darkness, believe me. You know, I've only shown really what I think should be shown. Anyway, all issues can be healed through the unlimited recourse and creative resourcefulness of the divine. You are destined to be part of a creative solution for any issue that you have in your life or that exists in the world and touches your heart. The issue only exists so that divine genius can resolve it. Struggles are sometimes the best way for us to learn something we need to understand for our life journey. Trust that when you ask for help, even apparently impossible situations can be turned around. With willing human engagement and divine grace, there is more than enough light, healing, creative innovation, wisdom, and energy available to keep Mother Earth and all her creatures, including humanity, thriving. Never give up hope and trust in what is possible, nor your willingness to act upon that hope and trust. The Divine Mother in the form of Padma Sundari is Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, beauty, love and spiritual enlightenment, represented as a shining lotus. An ancient symbol for spiritual enlightenment, the lotus rests pure upon the muddy waters from which it has grown. Lakshmi's divine lotus flowers remind us that the spiritual light needs material form through which it can manifest itself in the world. So I'm just going to stop there briefly because we are a 3D form. We're dense energy. The light is coming in at the moment and raising. Within us, we are consciousness anyway. We're spirit in a physical body. So the light is coming in to raise consciousness and to raise the physical body. I'm going to go off track here, but I think it's really important to say, it's something I want to talk about, is that a couple of weeks ago, this has happened to me many times before, but never like this. I've never been told by the divine what is actually happening. I've known when I've been feeling that real exhaustion that such light is coming in and my body's just like, surrendering so that it can catch up with the light. So I've understood that. That happened to me last year, the end of last year. I was absolutely shattered, and that's what that was. And I knew that's what that was at the time. But in the couple of weeks ago, I saw within me, and I'm talking about with my third eye, I saw my DNA strands, dormant DNA strands within me, which were in all of us, activating and lighting up. So I don't want to get lost because I need to come back to here. Right, bear with me 1 minute. Lakshmi's divine lotus flower reminds us that spiritual light needs material form through which it can manifest itself in the world. Fine. So the duality thing is so vital because we are physical bodies. Our physical bodies are upgrading. The way our DNA, cellular, excuse me, I'm sort of talking, so I'm also channeling as well, so I feel a bit ungrounded. But oh God, I've lost it. So I'm going to carry on reading. I'll come back to it. Lakshmi's divine lotus flowers remind us that the spiritual light needs a material form through which it can manifest itself in the world, as if it were divine electricity needing the lamp of the soul through which to give the gift of illumination. Without the lamp, the electricity cannot manifest its power, and without electricity, the lamp cannot fulfill its true purpose. So that's a lesson for me, isn't it? I completely lost the plot because I was ungrounded. You know, I'm really aware that more light's really coming in now for all of us. So work on your grounding today. I'm going to go and do the same thing. So to remain fully grounded is absolutely vital so that you can bring the light energy through, so that you can bring the information through without messing it up like I just did. So if you're grounded, which you can do really easily, I've got exercises on YouTube. If you're grounded, you can bring that light energy through to take action within the world. You can bring the information through to take action in the world, to activate, to does that make sense? So when the oracle of Padma Sundari appears, her message is that you are able to do a lot of good in this world. The Divine Mother will assist you with your purpose so that you succeed, but you must take action. Allow the light of spirit into your soul so that you never feel again you're doing anything on your own. Remind yourself regularly you have a divine sponsor, guide, coach, partner, friend with you always. That friend has unlimited resources and the most powerful will of all. So if you are one of those sensitive people that feel within you that you have a higher understanding of what's happening in our world at the moment, and you are feeling confused, disorientated, alone, then connect to your source of divinity, whatever that may be for you. Ground, protect. I sound like a broken record, don't I? Ground, protect, connect yourself to the source. If you don't know how to do it, go on YouTube. I've got videos on there on my YouTube channel. No, you'll never then run out of energy or the information, the support that you need, because you will have it. You'll be connected. Notice how your confidence to take action increases when you build that belief system within you, how much more secure, courageous and willing you become. Part of your spiritual path requires you walk your talk and live in a way that shows optimism and practicality. When something's not working, we don't need to hide from it in shame. We face it because we have spiritual self-esteem and self-confidence. When we choose courage, we can confront what isn't working and are able to search for answers. Rather than becoming overwhelmed or afraid in any darkness, remember that the Holy Mother is with you and within you. So this spark of this divinity I talk about is not just outside of us, it's within us too. So that's that polarity and that duality again. It's part of being human. The spark, the divine spark that sits within us, that sits deep within our soul, within our gut. You know, how we came into this world through our navel. It sits deep within us, this divinity, this spark. And you can connect that to the outside electricity, that other source, that divine source. If you have that channeling through you, you're so fully alive and aware of so much higher perspective, because most of people that walk around that aren't connected, that don't have that connection to higher source, are working on from ego. You know, you're working in your own bubble. All you can see is your own stuff. And until you have that connection and see above, you can have a bird's eye view of all situations. You can see all perspectives within it. Along with the power of your divine connection, you have the intelligence and ability to find information, to educate yourself, to try out new behaviours so as to become an active part of the solution for any matter that moves you deeply. Taking these steps will boost your self-esteem and your energy levels, helping you to feel good about yourself and your presence in the world. It's not about being perfect. It's just about taking that next step for you. Trust in divine timing, realising there is a far-reaching good that can happen through you as you continue to be actively engaged with life and your inner divine relationship. Believe in what we can and will accomplish together through our passionate love affair with Great Spirit and our adoring devotion to the Earth Mother and her children. And that's one other thing I want to say before I go, is that's that polarity again. The divinity is in us and above us, and it's below us and above us. Anytime I'm feeling like I have taken on that influx of light and it's integrating within my cells and my physical body, I become exhausted because my body's trying to catch up with the ascension process. It's the physical body trying to catch up here. I get out and walk on the ground. I flick my flip-flops off and I walk on the ground and I start to ground my energies and really connect with the earth, because there's divinity within that too. And that's a polarity. You know, my feet are on the ground, receiving messages from the earth and transmuting energies I no longer need back into the earth, because the earth is powerful. And also connecting to that heaven, to the heavens of consciousness. I shouldn't have said heaven. Well, you can. It's connecting to heaven. You can connect to heaven. It's part of it. But connecting to a divinity, a higher source. The higher source. We all have different levels that are available to us. All different consciousness that are available to us. And it depends on our signature. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. There is a healing process that I just want to take you through before I go. If possible, bear with me. Hang on, I'll be down in a minute. Do excuse me. I believe that's dinner. If possible and practical, this exercise can be done barefoot. How funny. If you cannot physically move through the process, it's always best to do it. So if you can, pause the video and get outside and get your bare feet on the ground. If not, just if you haven't got access to that, then visualize it. It's strong visualization. Visualize or imagine instead. Stand comfortably with knees slightly bent and feet about hip width apart. Allow your posture to be straight but relaxed. Direct your awareness into your feet. You can help this process along by wiggling your toes a little, shifting your body weight slightly from heels to toes and side to side, and rising up onto your toes and back onto your heels, if your balance is good. Imagine that you can feel your feet from the inside. Imagine, feel, or intend that your feet can sense the energy of the earth, rich, nourishing, and vitalizing, in the ground beneath you. Imagine and intend that the magnetic pulling power of your feet is strong enough to create a palpable connection, a gentle suctioning motion between your feet and the energy of the earth. Allow the earth energy to build up beneath your feet and then flow up through your being, softly out through the top of your head, gently cascading down on either side of you and soaking back into the ground. Just take these words that I'm going to say and absorb them into you. I call upon divine grace and unconditional love to show me truth and creative solutions, empowered by divine wisdom for all matters in my life, including, you can mention anything in particular or specific you'd like to help heal or resolve. May all beings know and be blessed, assisted and empowered by the Divine Mother to fulfill their purpose and potential. So be it. Place your hands in prayer. You have finished your healing process. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit of a shorter one today. I just felt like I needed to get a message out for people. Also, I have been doing online tarot readings for people. So, and the way I would do that is through Facebook Messenger or Zoom or whatever, so we can video and speak to each other, and I can do a personal reading for you. So far everyone has loved them and they've been 100% spot on. And people are starting to write reviews, which is really nice. So I've been doing tarot readings for 15 years, but I've never done them online until lockdown. So my dad died a few months ago, unfortunately. I miss him dearly, and he supports me from up there. But I was going to do it straight away in lockdown and I didn't because I was grieving too much. But I'm ready and I'm doing it for people now. So if you'd like a reading, just contact me, message me, and you can pay sort of by a bank transfer or whatever, and I'll get you booked in. It'll be lovely to meet you, and I'll send lots of love to all of you. Stay grounded because the light coming in now is mad. Another quick thing I just need to say is that if you sage, if you know how to use white sage and you smudge, get smudging, clean out that space of yours, clean out your home, get rid of some things that you don't need anymore and give them away so they're of use to somebody else. Clear your space. This is a great time for clearing and for before the eclipse, intending for what you want next. Let's start getting positive because there's so much going on out there. So get in your mind what you want. Clear your space, cleanse your energy field, take Epsom salt baths, use essential oils. Be careful, obviously, you need to know what you're doing with them. But best of luck to you, and I'll speak to you really soon. Take care. Bye.